I was obsessed, like physically obsessed to the point where like there was no other kid actually, I don't think, that was like training harder in whatever they were doing than me.
You have a different philosophy that you've gone through of being very mentally strong at the beginning, going through a side of I'm giving up boxing to now getting back in and training with the best and having a different mental state than you did when you were younger. Let's talk about that. Let's get deep and dive on how to be mentally strong in this industry, what you go through every day, what it's like when people say you suck and getting over that and maybe you lose a fight. How do we get into that? What is your mental state and how do you get better at that?
Well, preparing for a fight, you're preparing essentially in your head a modern day gladiator sport. Somebody is equally training, probably just as hard as you, to hurt you, and there's an uncomfortable feeling that comes with that. And like I said kind of before, like if you don't train hard in the sport, you're gonna get hurt. And if you don't want to hurt people, then like you're in the wrong business, really, because you're gonna get hurt. Um, and not necessarily, I don't want to like take somebody's life, but this is a sport and this is the hard business, and so um I want to inflict as much pain as possible on another person, like legally, um and win. And that's what it takes to win. So uh with the, I don't know, I think I was just like, growing up, I was, like I said before, I was very different than a lot of other kids. Most kids want to pick up like tennis or baseball or basketball, and boxing is just a different type of sport. It's just like you said, even like a lot of parents probably don't want their kids getting punched in the face at a pretty young age. And I think there was some kind of tick about me, and not that I loved violence, but I was obsessed, like physically obsessed to the point where like there was no other kid actually, I don't think, that was like training harder in whatever they were doing than me. Um, like you don't hear about 13-year-olds getting up at 6 a.m. to like go run and then like run again at night. And if the 13-year-old can't sleep, I was literally, I remember being like 14 years old and like it would be 3 o'clock in the morning. If I couldn't sleep because I had a fight coming up or something was going on, like, I would just get up and go run or go in the basement and work out. At age like 10, my dad threw away every single TV we had in our house, and he
Wow.
replaced every TV with a workout machine, and he called it my PlayStation. Um, like a dip bar and a pull up bar and push up, like that kind of stuff. So I didn't have any technology and stuff growing up. That I was like, you're not gonna be raised like, glued to a TV. So I was never good at video games. Um, and
Did you ever watch, like, even at friends' houses where you were like, hey, I'm coming over. I really want to watch TV. I don't have a TV at my house.
Yeah, not really, not really. I mean, I had some neighbors in like the colder sect that I live in, but yeah, like my mom's on board too. You're gonna work hard, you're gonna study hard, you're going to learn how to hurt people, and that's how it was. So I learned how to work out at a very young age and how to push my body physically. And through physical, like, pushing myself physically, I learned how to push myself mentally at the same time. Like, I learned how to take that next level and how to like enter into that like that next level mentally when you're tired and you don't think you can go harder at a pretty young age. Um, and so those types of things, I think, were the big differential in this place in my life right now that like made me stand apart from a lot of people who were just like would say, hey, I'm giving 100% in my sport, but like you don't really know what 100% is. you know it's the little things that really add up over time.
Right. Would you say kids out there, I grew up with video games. My parents were like, get off the video games or we're grounding you. It was like that bad. I was playing MLB The Show and 2K and Madden. I got into Call of Duty. I suck at it. But I'm not going to lie. I got kind of chubby during the middle school days, and I flipped a switch also. I was like, I want to be yoked. I want to be ripped. I want girls to like me in that aspect and not be a fat kid. And I actually gave up video games, and my whole life changed. You actually cut that out at a very young age. For kids that are playing video games every day, media is probably the number one consumption of what we do every single day. Do you recommend don't even look at media other than looking at for school and different purposes and maybe watching yourself? Do you feel people would be a lot better at what they do if they just cut out media and cut out electronics and focus on what they need to focus on?
I feel like it would be beneficial to limit media. I don't necessarily think social media is unhealthy. I think it's a very beautiful platform in which you can reach a big audience and connect people. But at the same time, like, there is something unhealthy about having somebody view every part of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like kids, even me, up until like a certain age where like social media became more predominant, like I wasn't like nobody. Not every action that I did was like viewed to like 10,000, 12,000 people. You know, it's like not everything that you do should be like viewed to that many people. You know, like some things it's unhealthy, I think. And for kids growing up nowadays to be like everything that they do is on TikTok or something. You know, it's completely exposed to the public. I don't think that's necessarily healthy. And on top of that, since it is public, like obviously you're thinking about other people think about you. You're having critiques of yourself, and you're also seeing other people, right? So you're comparing yourself to all these other people, and I don't think that's healthy either. I don't think you're comparing yourself to anybody else is ever healthy. I think everybody's on their own path in their own way, and I don't know if it's good or bad. I think it depends on the person and what.
It worked for you. It worked for you cutting all that stuff out.
Yeah.
And you say you would probably be the same even with it.
Yeah. I think it just depends. I think it is a distraction though. I think as people, our attention spans have decreased quite a bit. I mean, we can't even watch baseball games anymore on TV because they're too slow.
Ratings are going down.
Yeah, and so it's just like because we're surrounded by like flashes and technologies and notifications and this and that and that.